You want to take this one, Cap?
Let's see what you got.
Uh-oh!
Versus.
Why did it have to be Wolverine?
Hey guys, it's Captain Forrest here, and today I've got a spicy inverse matchup today for you folks. Today it will be Wolverine versus Captain America. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, please consider leaving a like, please consider subscribing. It also helps out me as a content creator. Also leave your thoughts down in the comment section. Now, Coffee Shop Gang, shoutouts to the homies. I will be collabing with them to make awesome content, so please consider checking out all of their channels and content for any other types of videos that are related to Marvel, whether it's anime or any types of fictional verses that you guys enjoy. Please check those out. Also check out Korin O'Keefe and also check out Debater. Shoutouts to both of them. They also provided me with some scans too. And shoutouts to Barcode, real homie. He also helped. Yeah, he had some scans that helped me out for this video for Captain America's section. So huge shout out to Barcode. So anyway, let's get right into the meat and potatoes of things. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about Wolverine, and then once I've done talking about Wolverine, I will talk about Captain America, and I'll also be making a power scaling video on Cap at some point, so you know, keep an eye out on that too. I also made a Wolverine power scaling video as well, so if you guys want a more in-depth analysis and video on Wolverine, I will leave a link in the description. So anyway, let's go over and talk about Wolverine. So I'm going to go ahead and go over briefly some of his abilities and stats that he has. So Wolverine, in terms of like AP with the claws, easily Herald tier. He's demonstrated to slice through like Gladiator, Thor. He's been able to slice through other characters, other Herald tiers too. Those claws are easily Herald tier. You can just slice through these top tier characters like butter, no diff. So easily like multi-plus with the claws. In terms of like physical AP, it should easily be like multi-city block. To town level, he can hurt Deadpool, he can hurt Cap. Deadpool has a multi-city block feat of his own, and Cap has a town level feat of his own too. So I'll leave links in the description so you guys can check those out. So that's pretty much just the AP aspect of it. Speed, again, he has some low end feats and some mid ends and high ends. So he has like FTL plus reaction speed, MFTL, inaccessible speed, immeasurable speed. He can dodge Cyclops' optic blast. He can react to Herald tier characters who can literally travel to galaxies in mere moments. He's been able to move around in the World Dome, which time itself is frozen, and he's able to like tag and blitz Thor and be able to tag other Herald tier characters who scale to Thor's speed, and Thor himself can easily just move and time travel with his raw speed alone. So right there you've got 4 levels of some speed meta right there. Moving on, so the adamantium skeleton, of course, Wolverine has that. His adamantium laced bones are indestructible. Like, his adamantium is just built different. He has adamantium claws as well, which negate durability. They can just slice through anything practically with no difficulty whatsoever. There's just impressive feats for like the adamantium skeleton. So like Wolverine's claws and skeleton, they've shown to like take crazy punishments from the likes of Hulk. World War Hulk literally beat the absolute piss out of Wolverine, and the adamantium skeleton was just fine. Wolverine got right back up, and Wolverine has been able to like take attacks from like Mjolnir as well pretty nicely, and these are like characters who like heavily scale above Wolverine in AP. It's the only thing that happens typically is just the scar tissue and like the organs and delicate points in the body that just get damaged. Bruce Banner even states that like he himself can't even get through the adamantium. It's just built different. It's way too durable. Moving on, Wolverine can also enter into the Berserker Rage. He has a Berserker state which amps him by 10 times. It's been stated to be comparable to Thor's Warrior's Madness, which does the same thing. But while Wolverine is in Berserker Rage. He reaches his peak potential, and he pretty much he fights on raw instincts, which is very impressive. It doesn't impede his combat efficiency when he's in this state, so he fights pretty pretty focused while in the Berserker state, and he can fight in this state for days on end, so he doesn't lose the amp, he stays in it. So let's talk about Wolverine's basic healing factor. Of course, Wolverine has his healing factor, he's notorious for it. It's probably one of the best healing factors in Marvel, in my opinion. He can just heal instantly after like having his arm vaporized by Cassandra in seconds. He can like heal like very severe, like he can just heal from like severe like injuries, such as having his like heart ripped out. He can heal from literally being vaporized by a nuclear bomb, where just like there's like a small little like little piece of brain left in his inside his noggin, and that alone was enough to just regen his whole body back. So that's just the crazy feats that Wolverine has for his healing factor. So the healing factor keeps him in the game a lot. Another impressive thing, Namor even notes that Wolverine has like a crazy indomitable will, which also ties into his crazy endurance, such as taking a beating from Hulk and literally getting right back up. And he also like stops himself from getting like he also stops himself from blacking out when he like gets like punched to oblivion by Hulk. Literally Hulk literally throws like a whammy and like punches Wolverine with such force, and Wolverine literally just gets back up. He doesn't care, he wants smoke. That's how impressive and crazy Wolverine's willpower is. And as I mentioned prior with the healing factor, of course, like even when like severe like organs in Wolverine's body is like ripped out, like his heart, Wolverine still keeps pushing, and he will still like track you down and beat the crap out of you for even attempting to do that to him. Wolverine also is like he's just one of the best trackers in Marvel, and he's just the best at like detecting emotions and sense, you know, and people's sense. So he can like read your body language. He read Cap's body language. He's able to like smell if somebody's, you know, being deceitful, being dishonest, and he can even debunk illusions through his like senses. And Wolverine was able to like dodge a gun blast by literally hearing the sound of it like clock, like somebody was removing the safety from the gun. And he's also been able to fight blindfolded, which is very impressive. Wolverine can also fight on pure instincts alone. Literally, like he's done this against like telepaths to get around their like mind reading. And he also has like precognition too, so he's able to like precog his opponent when they try to blitz him. Now onto skill and adaptation. So it's been stated and shown that Wolverine is a master at every fighting style, and has demonstrated to contend with the highly skilled fighters, such as putting Daredevil in a hold, and also showing his knowledge on pressure points by tagging Captain America, giving him a hernia. The same Captain America is also a master in every martial arts, and has demonstrated this against Cash, who he defeated in combat. And the same Cash is a master at every fighting style. And Black Panther himself has studied every fighting style in the world, and is a master in hand-to-hand combat. Captain America has also shown adaptation. Black Panther himself has complemented Captain America's adaptation and instinctive, and being able to just instinctively fight and adapt, and counter anything Black Panther does. And Captain America has also been able to break out of scroll bonds, which are designed to adapt to anything the prisoner does in any situation, which is very impressive. And Wolverine also has his own adaptation feat to add on to this. He was able to destroy wild sentinels, which are designed to adapt to mutants and beat them. So like there's these wild sentinels. This was in New X-Men 2001. These sentinels just basically adapt to mutants and are able to counteract and beat them. And Wolverine, he also has some pretty interesting resistances too. I'll just note some of them, which are more like applicable to this fight. So Wolverine is no stranger to pressure points. He's tanked pressure points many times, and he's been fine. He's able to just, you know, shake off pressure points. And the adamantium skeleton also has like resistance to durability negation too. Like not even Silver Samurai's Tachyon sword could cut through Wolverine's adamantium, and Silver Samurai's sword negates durability, and it's stated to cut through virtually anything. So that's an impressive feat as well of resistance. So that's going to wrap up Wolverine's part. I'm going to go ahead and talk about Captain America. Okay, let's talk about Captain America. So, in terms of the shield's AP and durability is easily around multi-plus. So Cap has demonstrated to physically hurt Herald tier characters with his shield, such as Hulk. He's been able to rock Namor and even a Phoenix Force amped Namor with his shield. The shield has demonstrated durability feats, such as casually blocking a Phoenix Force empowered optic blast from Phoenix Force Cyclops, and the shield was completely unscathed. The shield has also been able to eat an attack from a pissed off Thor when Thor attacked it with Mjolnir, and the shield was perfectly intact. It was not, it was completely unscathed. Very impressive. Now, in terms of Cap's actual physical AP, so it should scale around like multi-city block to town. Cap literally smacked around Deadpool casually. Deadpool has multi-city block feats as mentioned, and Cap has his own town level feat where he was able to tank like splash damage from an explosion from an area of effect. So it's pretty relative to Wolverine in terms of like physical AP. Moving on to speed, again, he should scale to Wolverine, so FTL plus MFTL, inaccessible, immeasurable. He can react to Thor. Like when Thor went to like attack Cap, Cap was able to react pretty quickly, and this Thor was not he was like semi holding back, but like this Thor was pretty pissed off and he had enough, and Cap was able to react like to the attack, and Cap has been able to like tag Hulk on a good couple of occasions too, and react to Wolverine and literally hit him. So it's pretty consistent, they're relative in speed. So let's talk about Captain America's shield. Captain America's shield is made of a unique vibranium metal alloy, which is so durable that it can take serious punishments from attacks. The shield can no-sell slashes from Wolverine's adamantium claws, and the shield was completely unscathed, so adamantium like based attacks don't do anything to the shield. The shield is literally built different. Cap's shield was able to eat an attack from the Destroyer armor, which is absolutely insane. Destroyer armors can like, I think it can tussle around with like Celestials, and like these are like crazy high tier characters, and this shield is literally eating these types of potencies of attack. Shield is built different. Cap's shield has been able to effortlessly block Gambit's kinetic cards. As I previously mentioned, the shield can eat attacks from Thor's hammer and the Phoenix Force amped optic blast from Phoenix Force Cyclops, no difficulty. And the shield was able to protect Cap from a Phoenix Force area effect explosion. And Cap's shield has also demonstrated to block spiritual attacks such as Hellfire, and Hellfire in Marvel burns the soul and completely just incinerates it, which is very impressive. Cap's shield can also reflect attacks, such as reflecting Sonic Bird's attack and reflecting it back at her, and he's also demonstrated to reflect back Cyclops' optic blast right back at him. And Cap can also utilize the shield for defensive and offensive measures, such as blocking lasers or projectile bombardment with the shield to then chariot tackle through the pressure and then close the distance and then take his foes out with the shield. Cap's shield is very sharp, as Cap notes the shield has sharp edges that no other shield has. The shield is also sharp enough to cut through Ultron bots, which are made of adamantium. Cap has demonstrated to attack his foes with a shield bash. Cap can also swerve his shield around people when he throws it, and it's also been stated by the Super Adaptoid that Cap's accuracy with the shield is described to be very deadly, which makes sense because Cap has been able to show a lot of crazy accuracy feats with the shield, such as being able to like ping pong the shield off multiple opponents and being able to accurately catch it back with succession. And Cap has also stated that he makes up for even the most microscopic imperfections of the shield when throwing it or using it in combat. And Cap can use his feet to skillfully kick his shield to accurately bounce off the ceiling and walls, in which the shield accurately slices Cap's handcuffs off. And that's pretty much it for the shield. I'm going to talk about Cap's skill and adaptation. Cap is stated to be a master hand-to-hand fighter, and Cap himself has mastered all forms of martial arts. Cap has embarrassed Catch, who, as I mentioned, has mastered every fighting style, and Cap's very own skills have improved every time. And Cap has also been able to demonstrate that he can literally train against himself and fight. He always constantly fights against himself to improve himself and basically fight his previous weaker self. So he's kind of like an iPhone. He's always upgrading himself. He's always trying to be the best version of himself by updating himself, which is very impressive. And also during his fight with Black Panther also compliments Cap, as Panther states Cap easily adapts instinctively to every situation and every fighting style. And Panther smashes up some Doombots, which are stated to adapt to everything you do, and Cap has also broke out of scroll bonds, as I mentioned, which literally adapt to anything the person does. And another thing which is also impressive, in the current Avengers run, it's also noted that Cap's skill has also increased. So literally in skill, Cap is literally a monster. He's no joke. He definitely could fold someone and lay them on their ass. We've also seen Cap easily master forms of combat better than those who spend decades practicing with it first time when they're fighting. And Beast also notes that Cap can master any weapon in seconds, as Beast implied that Cap was better than Moon Knight, as Moon Knight himself has mastered every weapon known to man. And another impressive thing for Cap, more backing, Beast has also complimented Cap on an occasion too, and Cap has also been able to defeat it's kind of like an obstacle course which was built to defeat Beast, and he passed it with flying colors, no difficulty. Cap is also able to use nerve strikes and pressure points of that nature. The Beyonder says there's no human like Captain America, and that he has honed every skill to the absolute human perfection. He says that even people that are physically superior and intellectually superior still defer to Captain America due to his indomitable will, which tends to prevail. A couple more notes. Thor has also stated that Cap's skill is godlike, and Hercules has also complimented Captain America's skill. So that's pretty much it for skill and adaptation. Moving on, Cap has precognition. He has his own form of sixth sense which alerts him to danger. And Cap also has instinctive reaction, being able to instinctively react and adapt to Black Panther when they scrapped. Cap also has super keen senses. Cap can hear the sound of arrows coming towards him. Cap's senses and awareness is so good that even after being distracted by two guards being in front of him, Cap was able to react easily to being shot at from behind and blitzed, and basically blitz them with the propane tank, then dispatch the rest easily. This just shows how crazy Cap is in situations, how he's always aware and he's always thinking and always moving on the go. And last but not least, Cap also has like no fatigue toxins thanks to the super soldier serum, which allows him to just keep going until he literally dies. So he will not give up. He has like crazy willpower, and he can just keep going through like rigorous training and activities. So that's pretty much it for Captain America. Now let's move on to who I think wins. Let's go over the win cons. So Wolverine's win cons and advantages would be the adamantium claws, the healing factor, the adaptation, the berserker rage would also help too. And Captain America's win cons and advantages would be the shield, the skill, and adaptation. Now, in terms of AP, they're pretty relative. Physically, they've both demonstrated to hurt each other in the AP department. The shield itself has crazy Herald tier scaling. Same thing with Wolverine's adamantium claws. The shield is literally an offensive and defensive weapon in Cap's disposal. And for Wolverine, he's got the claws for just straight up melee and pressuring his opponent and just straight up aggression. Now, in terms of speed, they're pretty relative. They've consistently tagged each other. They've never blitzed each other. Like there hasn't been like a clear cut like, oh, you know, Wolverine consistently blitz Cap, or Cap blitzes Wolverine. They're both pretty relative in speed, so I don't think there's going to be a blitz anytime soon. They're just pretty relative, so they both can pretty much tag each other. So in terms of skill, I lean more so to Cap. Wolverine isn't far behind in skill, but Cap has a lot more skill feats to put him higher. So as the fight would pretty much start, this is how I see things. I think Cap will go for the more offensive measures at the start, since there'll be a little bit of a distance between them. Standard battle assumptions. And also, Cap will incorporate like defense with the shield when Wolverine tries to use the claws. Cap will utilize the shield by throwing it with deadly accuracy to tag Wolverine. Wolverine has demonstrated to tank the sharp edges of the shield hitting him, especially when it hit him like a vital area, which was the neck. The shield will not cut through Wolverine's adamantium. I don't think it will. Wolverine's adamantium is stronger than conventional adamantium, and Wolverine himself has a lot of crazy durability feats to back this up. Even Bruce states himself that he can't get through Wolverine's adamantium skeleton, as even when he's in his Hulk form, on many occasions he's fought Wolverine, and even when he like tried to pull like Wolverine's arms, it doesn't work. He can't get through the adamantium skeleton. He always has to resort to just punching Wolverine down to into next week, and Wolverine literally still gets back up and wants to smoke. So at this point, the shield will ultimately be more of an annoyance to Wolverine more than anything else. Even if Cap goes for a shield bash, it will definitely hurt Wolverine, but that will not be enough to put Wolverine down, as we've seen Wolverine get back up from beatings from the Hulk, being able to eat a baseball swing from Thor's hammer, and literally Wolverine just gets up. And Wolverine was also able to take a punch from Wonder Man, and Wonder Man at the time was stated to have Sentry level strength, and Wolverine literally just gets up. Every time he takes like a Herald Tier attack, he always gets up. Like, his willpower is just built different. And how I see it at this point for Wolverine will get annoyed. This will set Wolverine off to go into a berserker state, so he will enter into his berserker rage. And Wolverine's main focus will be to weaken Cap's defenses by dispatching the shield. So Wolverine will get in close. Cap can't stay on the defense forever, so Cap will have to get close and start to attack. It will pretty much almost be like their fight in 2012 in the Avengers vs. X-Men run. Wolverine, his main focus and objective is to dismantle Captain America's defenses. So Wolverine will target the straps on the shield to cut them off, which will remove the defensive options for Cap, forcing Cap to fight offensively. Now, even in the situation, Cap is an extreme beast. He's not going to give up. He will scrap, and Cap has also fought against a Berserker Rage Wolverine before, so he's no stranger to it. He will fight pretty much just fine for a while, and he will pretty much start to attempt to adapt to Wolverine. So Cap will incorporate skill to get some strikes in, so he will punch Wolverine. He will try any type of tactics. He will like use Wolverine's own momentum, or he will shift Wolverine away from him so he can try and maintain some form of distance and utilize the shield more for like its offensive measures. Again, this will just ultimately piss off Wolverine once Cap starts to try and use the shield to try and incapacitate him by throwing it. Wolverine's rapid healing factor, I feel at this point, will just keep Wolverine in the game. Wolverine's not going to black out anytime soon. Like I mentioned, he's taken massive punishment before. So the healing factor, Wolverine's literally still going to be quite fresh. The injuries that Wolverine will sustain from Cap will just keep healing him and just keep him in the game. And at this point, Wolverine will adapt himself and get around the shield, since the defensive aspect of the shield is no longer an issue. And Wolverine will tag Cap with those claws. If this happens, this could be a big problem for Cap, as Cap's combat efficiency could start to dwindle the longer the fight goes on if he keeps losing blood. But this doesn't mean Cap will stop. Cap will keep fighting and his willpower will keep him going. But if the fight does continue with Wolverine getting in more offense, then Wolverine will get in and slice up Cap and take victory. So overall, I have to give this to Wolverine, like 7.5 times out of 10, purely based on Cap's tenacity and the offense and defensive measures with the shield and Cap's skill and Cap's just crazy tenacity and not giving up. Cap will definitely push Wolverine and just annoy him and just keep going until there's nothing left to nothing left to lose. But ultimately, I just think the healing factor, the claws, Berserker Rage, and the pressure from Wolverine, and the adamantium protecting Wolverine will essentially just keep him in the game. So overall, I have to give this to Wolverine more often than not. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment down below, and of course, check out the coffee shop gang, join the Patreon, and of course, shoutouts to everyone else who supported me and of course helped me with the video. So yeah, Captain Forest signing out, peace.